In a world driven by data, one vulnerability is all it takes. Cyber threats don't knock, they break in. Learn to think like an attacker. Defend like a professional.
Good evening, everyone. How about you all? Hello, Manjeet. So we will wait for some minutes so all can join. Then we will start with the commands. Okay. So open your Linux and be ready with the commands. So today we will try to finish the commands of Linux, and then from tomorrow, or if any command left, then from day after tomorrow, we will start with some tools practice. Okay. So we will wait for some minutes so all can join. Okay. Manjeet, I think the last 2-3 commands that we have practiced are netstat, ifconfig, IP address, and about their explanation and whole output explanation, and ping command. So these are the some command that we have practiced in the last. Okay, so good evening, everyone. How are you all? Fine. How was your day? Good, bad? Fun? Stressful? Good, good. Okay, Arishni. Okay, sure. Yes, college life is good. Enjoyed it. I hope my screen is visible to you all. And open your Linux, okay? Okay, Arishni. Open your okay, Chandan. Open your Linux and we will practice some commands. All right, Ramcharan. So the last command I think that you have discussed is netstat. Right, guys? Okay, so guys, the next command that we are going to discuss is ss Okay, so it is a shortcut, or we can say another modern replacement of netstat command. Okay, ss-tull. So I have told you about the full form of tull now. Anyone remember? TULN, tull, dash tull. Anyone remember? ss dash tull. Anyone remember the full form of tull? When I am talking about netstat yesterday. TULN. Okay, so T means TCP, U means UDP, L means listening, and N means numeric. Okay, so this is a replacement for netstat command. So these are the all things that we are going to discuss in that. And if we write only SS, so it will give me all the details regarding it. Okay, a lot of details. So here the net ID that is written, it is a protocol. Okay, so what is the protocol it is using? TCP, UDP, whatever it is. The state, it tells about it is listening, established, or uncon. Receive queue, it tells you in bytes how many bytes it is going to receive. Send queue is about the send queue, and the local address is the port what machine is listening on, and peer address is the port where remote address is written. Okay, so try this command, and when you are done, reply done, so we can move forward. So here is the command ss-tull and ss. Okay, Manjeet. Okay, Ramcharan. Manjeet, I think Valentine's is over, so you can stop sending art. All right. So can you tell in short why join late? Nothing, Kunal. We have just started with the commands. The first command that we have discussed is ss-tull. Okay, it is a replacement, or we can say modern replacement of netstat command that we have discussed yesterday. So it's work as the same. Okay, ss-tull. And for the tull, I have told you the full form: TCP, UDP, listening, and numeric. And for SS, the full form is socket statistics. Okay, my mistake. No problem, Manjeet. It's fine. Don't take it so seriously. Okay. Some boys, some enjoyment in the class is fine. All right. So I hope you all done with the command. So the next command that we are going to discuss is nslookup. So nslookup means name server lookup. Okay. So it will tell about the queries, DNS servers, okay, to find IP address of a domain. If we have any domain, so we can find its IP address regarding that. So let that Google. So let me tell you first. Let me clear that. So next command is ns lookup. So we don't know the IP address of google.com. So we press enter. So see, it is the IP address of the Google. Okay, 142.250.182.46. It is the IP address of Google, and it is a MAC address, I think, of Google. Okay, google.com. I don't think it is IPv6 address, maybe. Okay, guys, try this command, and you can use it for any website, not particular Google. You can write any particular domain, and you can try that. Okay, the first one which is coming 8.8.8.8. I think no, this one. This means that which DNS server answered the query. So this is the DNS server which answered our query. Okay, this is the servers and this is its address. And what is hash 53 defines? Hash 53 is the port. That is DNS port. Okay, as I told you yesterday that port number 53 is for the DNS queries. Okay, so it replied that. And non-authoritative answer, that means answer came from a cached data, not directly from the authoritative server. Still valid. So do you all know the means of cache data? Anyone here is who don't know? If anyone know, they can explain me in the chat. What is cache data? No, cache data means when you request something and it doesn't came directly from the server, it is all a frequent access. Yeah, yes, Arishi. Which is like we have saved some data so that there is any request which everyone asking for. So the server knows this particular request is coming again and again on the server. So to reduce the load on the server, we make it accessible on a cache storage where we can access it directly. Okay, not from directly server, so it can manage the load to response fast. Yes, Manjit, correct. Like some common queries. Yes, Arish. So got it, Kunal? What is cache? And name is for the Google that we have used, and address is the IPv for address for google.com. Okay, this IP goes to Google's web services, and the beside it is the IPv6 address of the Google service. Okay. It shows yes, it can be different for everyone. So well, because we are not at the same place, we are at different places. You are in different area and I am in also different area. So there are, maybe you have some else Google server near you and I have some other. It is like that. Okay. The downside behind the name 142.250.182.46, I think that will be the same for everyone. I hope so. Not confirm about it, but I hope it is the same for. Yes, it is. It will be the same for everyone. The behind it, I have got same as above. Okay. Okay. And you can ask the reverse also. Okay. So the same you can ask for like nslookup. If I write 142.250.182.46, if I write this, it is some different name is present here. So we will put 192.168.17.2. Ignore it, guys. I'm thinking about some else command. Why it is giving not google.com? I think google.com is not saved with the same name of Google. Its name has changed, I think. Not particular that. Okay, so the next command we is going to discuss is Whois command. So okay, so we have any domain name and we want to know some details regarding that domain. So that is Whois google.com. Okay, so it will give you a tons of information regarding that particular domain. Too much information. Okay, so we will discuss about some of the important, like top result that is coming from here. Okay, so first try this command, then I will tell you about the output what is there. So domain name, that is tell you it is the official register. Okay, so you got the output for google.com or that means it. So first it is telling you regarding the domain name, official registered domain that is there. Okay, that in my case is google.com. It is the official domain name. And then the registrar. In my case, the registrar is this ID number, whoever it is. Okay. And then the updated date, the last update to Whois information, and the creation date, whenever it is created. So the last updation for this is 2019. Okay. And the creation date is 1997. That is way before. And registry expiry date is 2028. Okay, so it have to be updated before that. Okay guys, if you have any doubt you can ask me. Okay, the next thing, it is registrant country, the country where it is registered. So I think registered is Mark Monitor Incorporation, and the country is not mentioned here. I think it is removed in the updated versions of information. Okay, all right, no problem. And okay, so that's it for the Whois command. Try this command, guys, and if you have any doubt in the output, you can ask me. This is the abuse complaint for this. Okay, this is the contact number. I think it's for the US. It is registered in the US according to +1. Okay. These are the statuses of the name server. It is a different name of the servers, and all right, it is the same thing. Okay. Hello guys, I am audible to you. Done with the output? Done with this command? Okay, Ramcharan. All right, Manjeet. All right. So the next command is APT command, or we can say that package management. Okay. So the first command, that is apt update. Okay, I will not run it. Okay, so it will take tons of time. So, but okay, so we will try, no problem. So apt. Okay. So apt command, what it does, it manages advanced. Apt means advanced package tool. Okay. So its purpose is download the latest packages list from the repositories. What apt? Apt update. So if I press enter, so it will work and download all the packages that have updates in it. Okay, so it starts and do that particular stuff for updating. So in the meantime, we open a new window. Alright, guys. So try this command apt update, and it will update all your packages. Not don't try now. You can write it and you can try later. Okay, but because it will take much time to update your. And what is apt upgrade will do? Apt upgrade will upgrade all the packages that are newly installed, okay, or newly updated. All right. And the one more command is apt search. Apt search, apt search. It will search the packages like nmap. Okay. Okay. So nmap. So it will search regarding all the information about nmap. So there is any latest version or not, anything like this. I think it is searching. Okay. So it will tell you about the package name. We have to write apt search and package name. So it is searching from the text search. Okay, so these are the all things that are linked to the nmap. And what is all these means? Okay, these all thing means that the nmap is telling the name and Kali rolling is the release, okay, or the version, and the next one is the version and the architecture that is on. So I think the architecture is AMD 64, and this is the version that is available in this, and it is like boot space. These all are linked to the nmap. These are the part of the nmap that is present in there. Okay. All right. And apt install, if you want to install any particular package from the web, so you have to copy the link and paste it right in the apt install. So let me give you an example. So let I have to install git. So sudo apt install git. If I write git here, it will install git for me from the web. Apt is the package which is already present on online basis on the web on Kali servers. So it will build it, it will download it, and it will install it already in my system. Okay. So done. It installed git in my server. Okay, so try this command. Try to install git on our sudo apt. You use करते हैं sir. Where Narendra? What do you use? Sudo apt क्यों यूज करते हैं सर? ओके ओके. So sudo apt. So let we are on Windows, okay. So let we have GUI interface, okay, graphical user interface. So if we are downloading anything and installing anything from the server, so we can double click on it and we will install it. It is normal. But when we are using terminal like Linux, we are using the different OS and we are using terminal in it. So to install any package, we have to use sudo apt install. Okay. If we have to, or let we have many softwares in our system and we have to check all software to update it to the latest version of it. So we will write sudo apt update. It will find all the softwares in our system and update it automatically. Okay. And if we have to download any particular package like git, like I have to install git in my system to coding like stuff, so I will write sudo apt install git. So it will install git from the web automatically. Okay. Understood, Naren? Okay. So try this command, guys. If you guys have any doubt, ask me. Then we will move further. If you done with the command practice, then reply done in the chat section. Okay, so that I came to know that you have done it or not. Done Ramcharan, done Anushka. Okay. Okay, Manjeet is also done. The next, okay. So next command is, so I have to check all the list of the softwares that is already installed on my system. So I will write apt and I think that's just list. Yes, apt list installed. So apt list dash dash space dash dash installed. Okay, so it will give me all the list of the softwares that is present on my system. So these are all the softwares that is present on my system. Okay, and it is given only from lines 1 to 24. It will give more if I press enter. As I will press enter, it will give, I have many softwares. Okay, so Kyle Linux pre-install many hundreds of software on my system. So if I want to exit, then simple controls exit. Reply button done, guys. If you guys done, we will try to finish all the commands. Can you show the command? Repeat this cmd, please, sir. What is cmd? This is the command apt list just installed, which shows all the installed software on your system. Okay, Shreya? And so we'll repeat the cmd. Okay, command. So this command shows you all the installed software in our system. Okay, apt list is installed. Yes, Narendra. Thank you for sharing the command in the chat section, Narendra. Oh, let's share. So the next command is whoami command. If I write whoami, it will tell you who am I am the root. Okay, and if I have to switch to the root, I am already in the root, but if I am not root, I will write sudo whoami, so it will change me to the root. Okay, whoami tells you who am I currently, which user I am. If my computer have different users, it will tell me which user I am currently. Okay. All right, so the next command. Okay, so let sudo to also sudo. Yes, Narendra, it is also. There are many commands which will do the same work. Sudo whoami will also do the same work. Sudo su, yes, sudo su will also do the same work. Okay. If your system needs your root access, they will ask your password automatically for root. Okay. Okay, so the next command, if you want to change the password, see, when you're trying to log in, like sudo su anything, it will ask your password. And if you want to, so we want to change that password. So the command to change this password is passwd. Okay, so passwd, and I have to change the password. So press enter. It will ask for your new password. As I am already logged in as root, So it is directly asking me for my new password. But if I am not logged in as my root, it will first ask my old password, then it will ask for my new password. So let my new password is web. Okay, enter. So retype password, enter, done. So if now I will do sudo su. Okay, so I am already as root. That's why it is saying that. Okay, so try that. Try to change your password. Reply me with done when you guys are done. Okay, Manjeet is done. Ramtem is also done. Shira is also done. Suhail is also done. Malana Gowda P is also done. Alright, yes, and it tick also. That is good. Kunar is also done. Alright. So the last command, not last, I think second last. The last, second last. If we want to make a new user, okay, in our system, we will use useradd and the new user name. So the name is let whatever name I take from the chat section, the last who messaged. Okay, so P. I will ask to P. Okay, I will make a new user P. Enter. So it will create a new user regarding that. Okay, so let me find some information regarding that user P. So the P is a new user, which user ID is 1001, which group ID is 1001 also, and its groups is also 1001. Okay, try to create new user. Alright guys, so this is the last command. Sir, how we can find number of users? Okay. Wait. Oh, sorry guys, I am mute. So this is the command. One is command that we have to count the how many passwords or user we have. So I will do cat dash etc dash password file. Okay. So what it will tell you. So these are the number of different users that I have. So if I go down, so see, this is the last user that I have created. So these are the main two users, that Kali is my root and P is that recent user that I have created. Okay, so these are the main users, but these are all the things that are needed as a user service, on my system, like my different users and my different passwords for each file or software. Okay, this is my root, and this is my P that I have created recently. Okay, and these are the all users that is needed in my system on different places, but not for particular login and else case. Okay, Narendra? So etc/password, this is a file location. Okay, this is a file location on my system, and in this file all my passwords are saved. Okay, obviously in hash format. Okay, so okay, any doubt, guys? Okay, so we are done with the commands. From tomorrow we will try to have some practice on some tools, to know about some tools, that how they work, how the tools are. Okay, so now let's start with the today's PPT. So do you all guys know what is the topic of today's theory part? Cloud basics. Yes, Anushka. Cloud security. Yes, Arshi. So let me share my screen. Did my PPT is visible to you guys? Okay. Okay, guys. So wait a minute. Okay, guys. So raise your hand if you have used Google Drive, Gmail, or AWS Free Tier. Okay, Shreya, Ramcharan, Narendra. Okay, Anushka is also used. Kunal, Lokesh. Okay, so I hope all of you guys. Okay, so congratulations, you are already using the cloud. That is simple. Okay, cloud means someone else's computer. You are using it, but with the permission, obviously, but on someone else's computer, you are using that. Access to our internet and convenience comes with responsibility. This is the most important thing. Your convenience is coming, but with responsibility. Cloud does not remove security; it changes security. Okay. So first move on. So okay, tell me guys, what do you all mean by cloud computing? What is cloud computing according to you? Yes, Shreya. Using services over the internet. Okay. Okay, so guys, cloud computing simply means renting computer resources instead of buying them. Okay, so earlier everyone has their own servers. If they has their own website, they has their own servers. But nowadays, what happening? Like providers of servers, they are servers. They are providers like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. So these are the server providers. Okay, and instead of owning a generator, you can use electricity from the grid. Simple. Okay, so it is basically means cloud computing. You are not using your own resources, you are renting the resources from someone else. Okay, so why organizations use cloud means that is one of the reason is scale up, okay, or scale down easily. So that if you have any server, you have your own server, and you have to and your users are increasing continuously. So obviously you have to buy a new server. It will cost you too much, no problem in it. But if the users are increasing, but then think suddenly your users are started decreasing again. You don't need that extra server, but you have to make it start for much time. So okay, so it will cost you extra money. You have not so much of traffic, still you are using that. So it is harm for your organization. So what organizations, new organization or startups are doing, they are renting the service from the cloud. Okay, so you can scale up and scale down according to your needs. If you need that, you will rent more. If you don't need that, ignore them. Okay, leave them, leave the servers that you are using, extra servers. Simple. Pay for what you use. You will pay for whatever you will use. If you are not using that, you will not have to pay for that. Access from anywhere, you can access it from anywhere. Okay, and faster deployment and security. And speed without security creates risk. Okay, so let you have good speed from the cloud, but it doesn't have any security, so it means nothing. So security is also important. If you are getting so much of good things, security is must. Okay, so there are three type of basically cloud services are there. It internet as a service, platform as a service, and service software as a service. And security responsibility changes with each model. So we will discuss about each model in coming slides, and security responsibilities also change according to each model. Okay. Any doubt up to here, guys? Hello, guys, any doubt? Okay, no doubts. So what is IaaS? Okay, it means internet as a service. Okay, that is providers gives infrastructure. It means infrastructure as a service, whole infrastructure, and what customers have control in it, everything, their operating system, their applications, their security setting, everything. User have control on everything in it. Okay, the whole infrastructure you are using as a service. And for example, AWS EC2 virtual machine, you can configure it by your means anyway. You are responsible for patching and hardening. Everything is handled by you only. The next is PaaS, which is platform as a service. Okay, so platform is managed from it, and developers focus on code. The OS and these parts are handled by the cloud engines only, but you have to focus on the software and the code part only. Okay, the Google App Engine example. So you have less control in it, but it is less responsibility also. Okay, so you don't need to focus on many things on that. You have to come, code, and that's all. You will move forward. Okay. And the next one is software as a service. It is a complete software. Okay. What user manages its data, its accesses. For example, Gmail. Gmail is a software as a service. You are using is cloud. Your data is stored outside, okay, on the Google servers, but you are using it. The full access of the software you have. Gmail is a good example. Like Microsoft Office 365. It is also an example of software as a service. Okay. Security here is mostly about identity and access. How is your identity and what you can access. Security is basically about regarding that. Okay. And shared responsibility model. This slide is very important. Okay. Cloud provider does not secure everything for you. You have to manage it, manage many things by yourself. And some providers secures like physical data centers, their infrastructure, and what will customers secure? Their data, their users, their configurations. Okay. So most cloud breaches happen due to misconfiguration. So you have to configure it correctly. It is a responsibility for you also if you are using infrastructure as a service, and it is a responsibility of the cloud provider also. Okay. So what are the common cloud threat that we have? We have to make our system secure from these threats. So like open storage buckets, okay? Don't store your data no openly, okay? You have to encrypt it properly. Second is weak password. Do not use weak password because username password is everything that you have in that cloud service. If you lost that, anyone can use your service, your data easily. And access permission, you have to manage all the permission from the Active Directories. And for example, like publish S3 bucket leaking data. So it is a good example of this. Cloud is powerful, but mistakes are powerful too. Okay. So if you are making a mistake, then your all hard work gone in vain. And then is securing cloud accounts. So what are the good practices that we can do? Strong authentication, multi-factor authentication, as you all know what is this. Least privileges. Okay, so do you all guys know what is the means of least privileges? What do you all mean by least privileges? Less access. Yes, RC. You have to give the minimum access to the user that you can give. Don't give like zero access, but the minimum access that user need. That's it. No, not extra thing. If user don't need anything, don't give it to him or her. And logging and monitoring, you have to log everything and monitor it 24/7 if you can. Identity is a new parameter. Okay. Giving only needs access to. Yes, Kunal, correct. That is basic recap. The cloud is secure if you configure it securely. Okay, remember this thing. The cloud is secure only if you configure it securely. That's it for today's PPT, guys. Any doubt? Any doubt from the PPT, guys? Any doubt from the PPT or commands? First, you have to have always the backups. Okay, we have already discussed about it, Manjeet. Backups is must. I know you are using cloud, but you have to have backup of that also. Trying to use some on your hardware, some backup or a backup. If you have not much data, use backups. Not depend on only one cloud service. If you can, use two. One is for only your data backups. Your data, if your data is corrupted, delete the data, clear it 100%, and you can restore it from your backups. Okay, Manjit? Because backup is your last security. The last thing what you can do is restore your data from the backups. No doubts. Okay, Arishri. Okay, so all you guys ready for the quiz? Join fast, guys. Join fast, guys. Okay, so let's start the quiz. Okay. Okay, so congratulations, Arishri, Om, and Appu. And who is Appu? Can tell his or her name in the chat section. Appu, who has done top? Apranji. Okay, Apranji. Congratulations on getting number 1. Okay, and Arishri and Om Vishmer also. So, what do you think about today's MCQs? Hard or easy? You have done pretty much wrong answers. I told you about, right? Identity is considered the new parameter. Okay, identity is whatever you need to access anything. If you, according to your identity, who you are. Okay, easy but confusing. Yes, answer. Always read the options correctly. Medium level. Yes, Bismillah. So, identity is who you are. So, it is the new parameter to check what data you can access or what you can't. And most data breaches are occur because of misconfiguration. Okay, when you configure wrongly, the last line that I told you about. Okay, what last line I told you just in the last of the PPT's end of the PPT, that the cloud is secure, but only if you configure it securely. If you are misconfiguring it, then your data will be breached. Okay, easy, but it's bit of hurry. Yes, Arishi. No problem. You are still second. And the third MCQ that is there in cloud security, who secures the data? Both the user also and the cloud provider also. And the most control you have on infrastructure as a service. I told you, you have the control on the operating system also, the apps or software that you have in it, the permission security also. So the most control you have is on IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Okay, guys. Okay. So I think that's it for today. Or there is something left that I am missing. Fact, okay. I'm missing fact. Alright. I missed, but you don't miss, okay. Okay, so today's fact is, okay, so let me ask you guys a simple question. So if you all guys, I want to send a message to my friend in the US from here. So how will my data will travel? From internet, okay. How my data will travel? From where to where? How? Any idea, guys? That I am using internet, it will travel from satellites or some towers or from Wi-Fi or some radio waves or signals, like something. How it will travel? From environment, from air, optical fibers, mail. Okay, mail is fine. Optical fibers. Yes, answer correct. It will travel from optical fibers. So do you all think that if I am sending any data, it will go from satellites and something? No. When you send a message to someone abroad, it probably travels through a glass cable line at the bottom of the ocean. Okay. So how the global internet actually moves? Around 95%. How much? 95% of international traffic moves through undersea fiber optic cables, as thin as garden hose. Okay. Carrying terabytes of data per second. Satellites are slower. Okay. Don't think that satellites data is faster or something like. No, satellites are slower and higher latency. But fibers is faster and more stable. Okay. And are physically laid down in ocean floors, cross earthquake zones, and can be damaged by anchors or fishing equipments. There are limited routes. If a few cable fail, entire region slows down. Okay, so if any of the cable is cut in the ocean, we don't know from where it has reached or something like that, then the terabytes of data will lost. Okay, many of the cities will lose the connection from the network. Okay, the internet or the data transfer, everything. So this has happened multiple times also, and this much how is fragile infrastructure it is. It is decentralized, it is invisible, and it is virtual. But in reality, it depends on physical glass fibers owned by telecommunication companies and tech giants. Strategically important for geopolitics, and tech companies like Google and Meta now invest directly in submarine cables because whoever controls infrastructure controls the latency and data flow. Okay, guys. And the big teaching insight is like that the digital world feels infinite, but it run on very physical, very fragile infrastructure. Like cloud computing is warehouses of servers, massive cooling systems, ocean floor cables. Nothing about it is magical. Okay, it is not magical. It has some fact inside it. The data travels through physical way. Okay, not like internet. It is, we have internet and Wi-Fi these things, but it is in the short wave, short distance travel. Okay, not in the long run. If I want to send some data in US, it will go through the fiber cables only. Okay, guys. Any doubt from fact, or we can say any command, question, PPT? Any doubts from today's session? So do you like the session? It is good or fine? Yeah. Okay. No, sir, but can I share the internship group link at here? No, no, not in the chat section, not here. You can ask the co-leader or anyone. Not here, Naren. Okay. So, okay, guys. Okay, Manji. So, okay, guys, we will meet tomorrow. Okay. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams, and try to hack someone's system in your dreams. Okay. Bye bye. Good night, Manji. Good night, Arga. Good night, Ramchal.